Most of you remember the story of Joseph in the Old Testament. He was the son of Jacob that was the favorite one, and Jacob had given him a coat of many colors. But one of the remarkable things throughout the story of Joseph is his positive and proactive attitude. You never hear him complaining, despite there's about 13 chapters devoted to the development of the story of Joseph. You never hear him griping or even questioning God. There's not really a trace of doubt or fear or discouragement or frustration, or where you sense that he's ready to give up despite all the terrible things that he had to go through for quite a long period of time, actually 13 years to be more precise. We'll talk about that in just a moment, but first of all, let me just say hello and welcome again to another Heart to Heart Talk. I'm John Kuert, pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining me for another little time of devotion. And I hope these little messages, from these daily messages, are encouragement to you and uplifting and challenge you as well to be a stronger, a better Christian. And certainly the story of Joseph would challenge us all to be more positive as believers and trusting God and believing that He's the one who would supply all of our needs. You know, if you look at the other Bible characters like David, well, he was plagued with fear. And Elijah was so discouraged or depressed that he wanted God to kill him. Jeremiah was called the weeping prophet. Jacob, the father of Joseph, said at one point, "Everything is against me." But with Joseph, there's a key phrase that captures the essence of his faith and the positive attitude that he had throughout his life, and especially during those 13 years of testing in one pit after another. And that verse is in Genesis chapter 50, verse 24 and 25. It's this, Joseph is on his deathbed, actually, and he says, "I'm about to die, but God will surely come to your aid." He's talking to his brothers. God will surely come to your aid. And he says it again the second time. It said, Joseph made the sons of Israel swear an oath and said, "God will surely be with you and come to your aid." Now, that's not an attitude that just came to him on his deathbed. No, it was a confidence that he had throughout his life. God will surely come to my aid. And he didn't know how or when or anything else, but he just knew that God would always make a way for him. And that tells me two things about Joseph. He never forgot his God-given dreams, and he really believed that God was Jehovah Jireh. And that's one of the names of God, and it means the Lord will provide. And Joseph didn't just say it. He really believed it with all of his heart and mind and soul, that God really, really was Jehovah Jireh, and that God would come through for him. God would come to his aid. And you know what? I want to just share that with you today because maybe you're going through a difficult time in your life. Just remember that truth. God will surely come to your aid. God is never too late with too little. That's a little phrase I coined years ago, and I just repeat it again and again. But it's true. And if we will just hold on, hold our faith, make it be strong in our faith and our assurance that God really is Jehovah Jireh. He will provide for us some way, somehow. And it doesn't matter if you just need encouragement or if you need finances or if you need wisdom in some area. You know what? If we just keep looking to him and trusting him, like Joseph did, that we will come through. And all of us go through pits at times in our lives. And sometimes we just feel like we're never going to get out of it. But you know what? God has always been there for me. I can tell you that from experience, and He will be the same for you. If you just put your faith and your trust in Him, God will surely come to your aid. And I hope that it encourages you today to just hold on in faith. And, I think of the Apostle Paul in the New Testament. He was the same way. He just held on and held on to the promises of God and was faithful, endured so many hardships and such persecution after he became a Christian. And yet God came through for him time and again. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me once again. And I hope and pray that that little message will encourage your faith to really believe in God and the promises that He gives us in His Word, and that He will never let us down. So thanks for being with me today for another heart-to-heart talk. These little messages come from my heart to your heart, and I hope they're uplifting. And every Sunday I have a message that I try to make uplifting and encouraging and make it relevant to our lives. And so there's always a warm welcome for you at our 10:30 service Sunday mornings. We would love to have you. And in the meantime, just check out our website at alphaag.org or our Facebook page. But hope to see you in person one of these days real soon. God bless. Have a great day. Bye-bye.